Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tarnation TV's broadcast from the Talladega Nights Racing League Series here in NASCAR Racing 2003 season. My name is Blaine, joined with the one and only Mr. Brad.
Ew.
Oh, man. So what are we doing tonight?
Something a little bit different. We are, first of all, we're in these weird shaped cars that some people like to call trucks. Those are trucks. We are doing some truck racing this evening. So say goodbye to the cars for now. And that is not the only change, though. We have a list of changes.
Yeah.
Starting with collision has been turned off. Damage, collision.
Sorry, collision.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Damage, yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Collision
is very much still active.
Yeah, you can't collide with the pace car, thank goodness. But yeah, damage is off. We should actually say this race this evening is sponsored in part by Extreme Motorsports. Visit facebook.com/groups/Extreme Motorsports to visit the NASCAR racing themed page of Sir Frank Divins. He is paying for this broadcast this evening. And every race going forward is sponsored by whatever driver or anybody who wants to pay for it. So it takes a little bit more stress off of the league's pool of cash to rent race servers and TeamSpeak servers and other such things. It's kind of a neat thing. So we get to brand the races. And thanks again for watching. But yeah, man, back to you. Like you were saying, the rules have changed and yellow flags will still be on, but damage will definitely be off.
But like I say, I was just going through the new set of rules there before as well too, and they're not damage is off, but this is not an excuse to go buck wild.
No.
Which is where I would immediately think to go. I'm like, right on, let's just start smashing. Literally, if you're not rubbing, you're not racing. But that's kind of frowned upon here, so don't drive like me. That's why I only play offline.
Well, you know what they do sometimes? They'll have like fun races, and there is like figure 8 courses in here, and it's just a demo, or they have demolition derby tracks as well, which is pretty neat. So I'm kind of wondering, like, maybe we can do, if we ever do a fun event like that where we get the demolition derby out. And the way they get around it in the game is people have created demolition derby tracks, which are kind of like inside of a short track. So you set the race length to like 5%, so you run like 6 laps, and then the checkered flag comes out. Once the checkered flag comes out, you can drive around wherever you want. You'll never get disqualified because the race is over. So after the race is over, it's a free-for-all, and that just turns into demolition derby, and then, last car standing wins. So it's kind of a cool angle on an old game that was never really supposed to exist, that people just figured it out.
And because it would be calculating all the damage, eventually your car is just not going to run, right? So once it gets, that's smart. I'm curious. All right, so we're going to have to do that one.
I do, dude. I really want them to do one of them. Turn it on to realistic.
Well, like a fun night in general. We could do a figure 8. We could do, half-hour figure 8 racing or whatever you do. Half-hour demo derby. Maybe an hour, because, Lord knows, who knows how fast the demolition derby over, and I don't know about you guys, but that's like my favorite part of any kind of fair. We used to go down to Washington in Linden and check out just across the line, and they had the demolition derby every summer. Without fail, that's what we'd hit. If we didn't go on any rides, didn't do anything else, I don't know. That's as an aside.
That would be super cool, though. Yeah, like you said, we could make an event out of it. Like if we had a figure 8 race, and then after the figure 8 race was over, they took a break, and then we went into a demolition derby to end the night. That would be amazing. And then set the damage to realistic, because moderate damage, especially at Talladega, you can bump a lot more violently with moderate damage. That's why they don't use realistic. But the realistic damage on the car is, wheels get folded up in the fenders, and it's more, the damage model, I think, is more advanced. So it would look better. Cars would be smoking more. Like, it would be really, really cool. But no demolition derby tonight, because, like you said, it is off. The damage is off. Cautions are still on. We've got a list of rules here. We will pick through this throughout the race. Tonight's race will be 47 laps. We will still be running the 3 times pit stop frequency, which means our fuel window is, this answer.
Oh, the fuel window is 3 times. Sorry. So
12.
that's going to be 12, sorry, the multiplier. My bad. Sorry, I was thinking that. I was looking at the rules still here, so it was half.
Oh,
But
gives
yeah,
us
no, it's just
some loose math. They're probably going to need to pit 4 times. It's a 47 lap race with 12 to 13 lap windows on pitting. We are going to probably, I mean, and that's also if the race went green from start to finish, which, right. I mean, we've done that before. This is a 47 lap race. We're probably going to get one caution. There's usually one. And you know what, though? We see what happens sometimes. It's really mathematics. And if we do get green flag pit stops, especially in the last half of the race, this pack could get strung out, and this could be very interesting. Currently, there's 31 drivers connected to this server right now. So this is a full house.
That's what I'm thinking, right? If it stays green, and we watched that in the other races before where they had that no collision on, and same idea, get the pack is a lot more spread out, and it's unless there's yellows, then when everybody gets all grouped up again. But yeah, it's a different style of racing completely from what you've seen, and the fact that nobody's out too, so you're going to have a full course from start to finish. Yeah,
there
full
won't
field,
be.
I should say.
Yeah, there won't be any reason to retire, unless you run out of fuel.
Unless you've been breaking the rules.
Mm-hmm. That's you know what? That's another thing. So what happens is,
which there are plenty to break.
Yeah. So during the 8-week regular season races, for every clean incident race that you complete, you will earn they're calling it an incident relief pass. So you can get a maximum of 2 of these. Okay. Because you will be charged if you cause a yellow flag to come out, that's deemed and you've caused an incident. So, but then you have 2 kind of get out of jail free cards. It's kind of a thing with, I don't know. It's going to be kind of neat because if you can't get more than 2 of these things, and if you burn them out in the first couple of races, any incident you cause from then on, you're instantly just asked to park.
Okay, so can you not? You can only hold 2, but can you earn? So if you burn through 2, can you still earn more after those 2 are gone? Like I was reading it, you can only hold 2 at a time.
Yes,
but you have a chance to earn more.
You can earn them back. Yeah, you can't earn them back in the 3 rounds of the playoffs, but you can earn them back in the first 8 races. So if you have an incident and then you have a clean race, the next race you'll get it back. And if you have another clean race, you'll get your second one. You can't get any more than 2, obviously, because then might be a strategy play. You get to the end of the season, you just last lap, you bulldoze everybody.
Yeah, that's shucks. All right, well, there goes my strategy, and
yeah, there goes my strategy, saving all my incident points until the final lap of the final race, so I can get into the playoffs. Not gonna fly.
No, see,
that's the thing.
Not likely.
So, and they're going back to we got confused there last season because of we were used to the knockout playoff style where 12 drivers make it in. After 8 races are done, the top 12 will make it in. And then anybody who has a win and is in the top 15 will also make it in. So we could have more than 12 going into the championship. But after that first race, only 8 will advance. After that, only 4 will advance. And after that, only 1 can win. They're not doing the points thing. Because in the I'm on Fire series on Thursday, they were running points. So, and that confused us where it's like, oh, I thought they were doing the knockout bracket style. So they've gone back to the knockout because at least then if you just barely make it into the championship playoffs, you're not going to have enough points to stay in there in one race. So they kind of realize that. They sort of realize that, like, okay, that 12th place car really can't get enough points in one race to stay in it, so they're going to go back to the knockout.
Interesting.
So, a lot more fun because then you can get basically, if you scrape and you barely make it in, well, now it's completely fresh. You've got that chance to be in that top 8, to be in that top 4, and to be that number 1. I hear the pitter-patter of engines on the track, so we'll give you guys something else to look at other than just that cycling screen of nonsense. There's some cars driving around on the track here. Yeah, a lot of different rules. There's another cool thing. Greg Lovell's the guy tonight. He's on the hot seat in the 088 truck. Let's see if he's on track. Probably not. He is an administrator here. If he's on the track, no, he's not. What's going to happen? Every race, the administrators will switch this responsibility. But if there is a yellow flag on the track today, you will see Greg in the 088 pull over and go into what he'll be doing is going into the instant replay and reviewing that live on the track. And he has to make a call of whose fault that was so that we know who just burned their incident pass for the day.
Dang.
Greg will then, of course, be allowed to go back to whatever position he was in. So if he's in 12th and has to do that, obviously he's going to the back of the pack. But he'll be allowed to go back to 12th and continue from there. So that's a neat little spin too, because there's no longer going to be like a review committee, because sometimes like there's 6 or 7, 8 admins and they would all talk about this after the race. Like the race might end at 9 p.m. These guys will be up till midnight combing through the replays, making sure everything went good.
Just streamline it a bit more.
Yeah, today, once the race is done, the administrators can go to bed because they're just going to do it on track. They've got a couple minutes to look at it, make the call, and it's done.
Right. Okay.
So that's super cool too. And every week they will change that. Today it's Greg. So if we do see the 088 truck bail, that's probably why after a yellow, he's got to take a look at that and make a call. So let's see, we're going down the list here. Yeah, go ahead.
I could really end up putting them in the back of the pack for a bunch of races, though, depending on. Sometimes we got 3, 4 yellows. Now that's on shorter races as well, 38 laps up to 47. So is everyone just kind of taking the lumps for one race, and then
he'll be able
to around to the next?
Yeah, he'll be able to regain his position after he's done the review. He'll be able to go back to where he was when he had to pull out.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah, I see what you mean, because especially if it's near the end of the. Yeah, if there's probably 3 laps, so he'll have about 5 minutes. But if it's at the end of the race, I don't know what they're going to do. That's going to have to be a post race, because if there's only 6 laps left, he can't pull over and do that. He's going to have no time to get back in line.
Well, but even still, so if he's pulls over, checks the replay for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, finds it immediately, starts driving. Now he's half a lap behind or more, and he'll never catch the pack.
Yeah, it's yellow. Yellow flag will be up.
Oh, yellow. Duh. Sorry, that's okay. Yeah. I'm completely skipping that fact. Okay, way more sense now. Yeah, okay. I'm like, how the heck is he supposed to get back there by himself? But of course, the only reason he'd pull over is because it's yellow. So
yeah.
But yeah, I see. So the only time that will become an issue is, like you say, in the last few laps.
Yeah, I'm sure they've probably set like a point of no return kind of thing where they're not going to make that call. They're going to have to just let the race end and then review it later. And that's probably within the last 6 laps or so, because you can't, because you're taking yourself right out of the zone too. You don't want to do that, because then you're just like not in the race anymore. You're scrubbing through a replay, trying to hurry up and get back out on the track. And that could lead to mistakes too, right? Let me go down the list a little bit more here on the rules. Race number 9, which is the first stage of the playoffs. All 12 drivers in the chase will be given 2 of those incident relief passes. They can't regain them in the chase. All other drivers only get 1.
Right.
A driver that causes an incident must pit, take full service, speed out of the pits, giving them a penalty, of course, that will force them to start at the back. That's why they're asked to speed, so they get that EOLL, end of longest line restart position.
I see. So
yeah. So
is it possible to be, if you're at the front of the pits, is it possible to get fast enough leaving the pits before? Can you get up to speed that quickly? If you're the number one pit
coming
stop.
In. It's easier to speed coming in, probably, yeah.
Gotcha.
You just make sure you're doing 100 for the first 3 seconds, and then, you got to be safe,
good. I
too.
thought you said speed going out of the pits. That's where I'm...
It does say speed going out, but I see what you're saying. If you're up the front...
it probably could. I just don't know what the distance between the end of the beginning of the first pit stop and the exit line for the pit. I'm curious to see how far...
You can't do it.
They were talking in the meeting. They were talking in the meeting that to do it wherever you could.
Oh, okay,
Right.
gotcha.
Right. Yeah. Coming down, if you know you're in the first 5 pit stalls, you're probably just best to do like 65 mile an hour the whole way there. That way you'll get black flagged for it. And
Right on.
then
That makes sense.
yeah. Damage will be off. This doesn't mean drive careless. One admin. I just talked about that. Drivers, if something happened pitting or wrecking off the track and it stayed green, and we miss it live, you must please report it after the race. Examples of this: wrecking another driver by a bad block, bad bump, bad push. Basically, anything that doesn't bring out a yellow, that still counts as an incident. So drivers need to be honest.
Right.
Okay, buddy, fired up here. Remember, one switch at a time.
What is happening now? Where's my screen? There it is. By the way, hey, Rod Weston, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make it with you guys tonight. I didn't get home in time enough from the awards banquet that I was at, but I didn't have the mod. I didn't know what the mod they were using. So, but I figured I'd stop down, say hi, introduce myself, and next week I'll be here to kind of hopefully help you guys out a little bit.
What number are you driving?
I'm not driving. I'm going to be up here with you guys.
Oh, you want to do the broadcasting thing?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to talk to Stephanie, the secretary. I don't know. We got an extra chair. We might have to fire her, though, and just do it anyway, because we fire everybody here at Tarnation TV. I'm surprised I'm still an employee, actually.
Oh, yeah,
I got to sneak in.
Yeah, I thought, they're running this CWS 15, so there's a couple of different truck mods, because there is the 09 truck mod as well. I've made that mistake, too. I thought I had the mod.
They did a practice race last Sunday, and they did it with the Mensa Cup mod, and I didn't even think of any, I didn't think any different of it. I didn't realize that they were using the CTS 15 mod.
Yeah, and Frank has actually updated the mod too. So we got custom pace trucks, custom generics, and he changed the window banners because the window banners in this mod are pretty boring. It was just a great big bold camping world across the top. So he's changed it to say "I piss excellence," which is always fantastic to have that written across the top of your windshield. Let me see. We got all kinds of rules. It says 17. It looks like there's actually more. If you are not ready with car files and prepared in TeamSpeak to race by the start time, TeamSpeak will be locked if you miss the race. That's kind of doesn't really apply as an on-track penalty. They're going to monitor TeamSpeak a little bit more. Sometimes drivers get pretty angry. It's understood too that it's a pretty high impact kind of deal, but stuff happens on TeamSpeak, and we never hear that stuff. That's why we're in our own room.
Yep.
It's 11-week series, 8 races, 3 playoff races. All Trace drivers start fresh and even. We've done that already. Top 8, top 4, and then the winner of the 4. Every single driver in the series gets 1 provisional, which means if you can't make it, the league will give you last place points. So you just got to hope that if you need to use it provisionally, 9 people show up, so you get like 112 points. Otherwise, if 40 guys show up, you're only getting like 30 points.
That's a good way of thinking about it.
Yeah, the least you want a lower driver count on a race where you got to take a provisional, but
I doubt you're going to have that happen at a Talladega track.
Yeah, it's especially on a Sunday because everybody's available on a Sunday. So
yep.
These guys.
All right, well, I'm going to let you guys get to it. Like I said, I'll talk to you a little more next Sunday. Sorry I couldn't make it in time tonight, but I'll talk with you guys next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Rod.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yay. These guys are just finishing up their qualifying laps right now. I guess we could show. Let me show that. Here's the menu screen. Nice boring menu screen. Ken Roberts in first. I haven't seen Ken in 10 years.
56 to the booth. Mr. Elliott here.
Mr. Elliott. Good day, Mr. Elliott. What's going on up there?
Hey, bud.
We are ready. We are ready for driver intros.
Awesome. Let's do driver intros.
Yep.
Driver intros is where I am. Driver intros. Driver intros.
Any minute
We're going to do it.
We're going to be.
Once they pull me up there.
I promise.
Yep.
It's happening.
It's going to happen. Hey, it happened. Blaine is now in the driver room. Welcome to the iPE Excellence series on Sunday evening, sponsored by, well, today it's sponsored by Extreme Motorsports. So thanks, Frank Divins. And again, good to see all you guys out here on a Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun racing some trucks. We'll start with the pole sitter, Mr. Ken Roberts in the 55.
Hey, Blaine. Yep, starting first in the 55. Ken Roberts out of West Bend, Wisconsin. Good luck, everybody.
Starting second in the 088, Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia, driving the Monster Energy Chevrolet painted by Frank Divins. Good luck, guys. Let's have a caution-free race.
Rolling off P3, Grant Wesley from Princeton, Indiana, driving a number 88 Menards Toyota Tundra. Thanks to Extreme for the sponsorship, and thanks, Jeff.
Start number 4, 931, Robert Breedlove from Lancaster, South Carolina, driving a Diet Pepsi truck. Thanks, Jeff, for putting this on. Thanks, Tarnation TV.
Starting 5th, number 043, Brian Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Thank you guys for all the hard work.
Starting 6th in the 23, Tootsie Pop Toyota Tundra from Plum, Pennsylvania. Good luck, guys.
Starting 7th in the 41 Chevrolet American Ordnance, painted by Rodney Sellens. Go get them, guys.
Starting 8th, number 2, Josh Slocum, Western New York, in the TRD Toyota. Good luck, everybody.
Starting 9th, number 26, Billy Elliser. Good luck, everybody.
Starting 10th, Randy Waugh from Huntsville, Alabama, driving the number 21 Alabama Crimson Tide Chevrolet. I want to shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. Good luck.
Starting in 11th, Mike Mangialardi driving the 029 Ford Black Hawk Down truck. Shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room tonight. Good luck, everybody.
Starting 12th, Keith Bynum in the 63 Chevrolet Camaro, hubcap Annie sponsored. And want to wish everybody good luck and God bless you.
Up next, the 97, Pat McCarskey. Thank you, Jeff, and thank you, Tarnation TV.
Starting 14th, the number 60. I believe he's driving the VW Amazon ride, Mr. Perry Bond out of Virginia. Good luck, everybody.
Nate Balser, 079, starting 15th out of Seattle, Washington. Good luck.
Starting 16th, Stephen Brandstetter out of Randlett, Oklahoma, driving the 510 OSU Ford, painted by Blaine Donlin. Thank you.
Starting 17th in the 82 West Virginia Tourism F-150, Craig Hagley out of Canaan Valley, West Virginia.
Starting 18th in the number 12 USAA Bank Dodge Ram, painted by yours truly, Gary Mingus from Tallahassee, Florida.
Starting 19th in the Indianapolis Coach Dodge number 80 Eric Lovell. Let's have a good race, guys.
Starting 20th, Bobby Farrell, Frederica, Delaware, and the number 77 Bama Buggy Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports.
Starting 21st, and the number 24 is Graham McDonald from Sarnia, Ontario. Good luck, everybody.
Driving 22nd is the 09 Hooters, painted by yours truly. I want to thank Jeffrey for the new series. I appreciate him allowing me to sponsor this race. Remember, who wins this thing gets $10 in their pocket and a $5 pocket for the halfway challenge. Good luck, y'all.
Starting in 23rd, Ulysses Sandoval driving the 96 Toyota with the San Luisena Express. A big shout out to Jeffrey, the boss Elliott, because for everything he has done, not only for the series, but for Talladega Nights overall. Thanks, boss.
Have a great race, y'all.
Starting 24th, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia, driving in number 67, Diet Dr. Pepper Toyota Tundra. Good luck, Team Wrecking Ball.
Starting in 25th, the 388 Chevrolet Gray Ghost painted by Frank Divins. Thanks, Frank. Thanks, Jeffrey, and all you guys for all you do. Thanks, Blaine, for the broadcast. Good luck to all you drivers out there.
Starting 26, Kelly Causey from Agricola, Mississippi, driving the Bucky 00 Chevrolet.
Starting 27th, driving the number 28 Wood Brothers Ford Raptor, Mark Paglia from Gainesville, Georgia.
Starting 28th, the 143, Bob Dixon from Macon, Georgia.
Starting 29th, the number 56, driving the Dodge Challenger out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Want to give a shout out to my father. Love you, man. Give a shout out to Tarnation TV and all you guys starting this brand new series on this winter Sunday night for the next couple months. So good luck, everybody.
Starting 30th is the 9, Chris Elliott out of Mooresville, North Carolina. Just want to say good luck, everybody.
John Godfrey, 711 LaJoie Chevrolet, rolling off from the outside of row 16.
Starting 33rd, Javier Negron from Bridgeport, Connecticut, driving the number 4 green Toyota Tundra Sundrop car. Good luck, everybody.
Starting 34, Tom Dixon, driving the number 45 Chevrolet Batman car from Byron, Georgia. Thanks, Tracy, for watching. Thanks, Jeff Blaine, for all y'all's hard work. Appreciate it, guys. Good luck.
Well, there you go, Mr. Donlin. There's your starting lineup for the brand new series, I Blank Excellence.
Awesome. Thanks for showing up, guys. This is going to be a great night. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see you on the track. Let's do it.
Thank you, Blaine.
I wonder what the word is. Thank you, Blaine.
Hey now, back in the room, doing stuff in the room.
Here we are.
Yeah, so be a good race, man. Lots of drivers out there this evening. They are now head out into happy hour for another 5 minutes or so. We will be going green. A little bit later start today. It's usually the bottom of the hour is when we're about ready to go green. The first race is usually a little bit longer pre-race just because the administrators will go through all the new rules, any changes like that. And that's why we're a little bit behind schedule, only by 5 minutes. So I told Jeff, though, he's like, you guys gonna be okay? I said, do you know Brad and me? We know how to talk.
We'll be hungry. We'll be hungry and we'll be grumpy, but we'll get through it. Don't worry about it, Jeff.
Right.
We'll be fine.
You're cutting into my lunch.
Now I'm hangry. The combination.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
Okay, so check this truck out. Do I not have the number 4? Or do I? I can't tell.
I don't know.
I don't know if that was created by Frank Divins, just because of where that number's sitting. Oh, no, that looks like it actually might be Javier's truck. Again, thank you to Frank for redesigning. Yeah, that might... I don't know if that's a generic or not. I can't tell. That's how cool that is.
Well, if it's just number 4, that's numbers right by the post, which is the same on the 143 and the 711. So it could be, if it's just 4, that would almost line up with the other ones.
Yeah. It looks like it's in a weird spot. It looks like a weird sponsor for Javier, because he usually runs like a brisk iced tea truck or car or something, eh? But yeah, super cool though. There's Bob Dixon, the 143, racing that Hot Wheels.
That's a cool scheme.
See, and that's another one I'm wondering about, because Bob always runs STP. He always runs the STP, and that number 4 looks just like the number 4 on Javier's truck. So both of those trucks might be generics. That's just how good. If they are generics, that's just how good they look.
Well, that's fantastic generic, though. I was going to say, like the Hot Wheels scheme. If that's what someone was rolling, that would be a one. That's a fine truck to drive.
Like, that's an ugly generic. Just steal it and make it my own. There's Perry Bond, not a generic. That's funny. I think Frank actually sent me an image of the generics, and I didn't even look at it. How unprofessional.
How dare you?
How dare I?
I'm looking at the YouTube chat here. We've already got Ulysses in there and Bobby Caro. Ulysses says, "I drink excellence, friend."
There you go.
Is that the name of the series? They have the name censored. Oh no, it's not drink. I'm gonna keep guessing throughout the series. That's definitely that's a guess, and your guess is wrong. But keep guessing. I won't even tell you.
Yeah. If you've ever seen Talladega Nights, the movie, you'll know what it is.
Right.
That's a very cool looking truck. Perry always stands out on the track. He's got always got cool paint jobs. Okay, so see, there's Frank Divins in the 09. So I'm missing some of these trucks because these are generics.
Okay.
Yeah. How am I missing
Last minute
Frank's
upload?
truck? Like, he's the guy who painted all this stuff. There was a lot of last minute changes, which, you know, clearly I've got like 90% of these things. It's too bad I don't have all of them, especially not Frank's, but there's Pat McCarskey in the 97. Here's what we look like, just in case you care. Your commentators this evening are you and me.
That's an old photo.
That's a very old photo. That's back in the day before our beards went gray.
Right. Look, you're still that guy's way younger, darker beard.
Yeah. It's a lot of stressful years calling these races.
Too many close to call. Last season,
yeah.
Not only did it go gray, last season made me go bald. It's a whole big thing.
Yeah. Had to buy a bigger t-shirts.
Yep.
It's so funny, the FedEx uniforms, how messed up they are. So I'm a size 38 waist and I wear extra large t-shirts, right?
Yeah.
So I forgot. I knew they were weird because when I used to work for Ground, for FedEx Ground, I knew that they were messed up on their sizes. So I ordered, you have to go. Here's the trick. So I ordered an extra large t-shirt, which is massive, too massive to even wear it. It's insanity. So I got to get a large, fits perfect. But then the pants being 38s, I have to wear a 40 because the 38s don't fit. So the rule, if you're going to work for FedEx Express or FedEx Ground, like if you're going to be wearing a FedEx uniform, is like whatever your waist size is, go up. Whatever your shirt size is, go down. Go up one and go down one. That's the trick. So I'm a 38 and I wear an extra large shirt, not at FedEx. I'm a 40 and I wear a large shirt. So I don't know.
There you are.
Inseam's still 32 though. So I don't know what kind of tape measures they're using down in Memphis.
Right.
You know,
must be something lost in the metric conversion.
Must be, yeah. But then why are the shirts? They'll come from the same place.
From overseas. Shirts from China.
You're probably right.
Texas.
Probably Indonesia or something. So they got like they're measuring the waist from like button to button instead of from rim to rim. I don't know what they're doing.
I have no clue, but yeah, I noticed that. There was the same thing with the work apparel that we used to get back at the phone company. Same idea, just wildly different. Buddy of mine, he got the size that he ordered. He ordered a size bigger because he figured it'd be small. And he was like a kind of a cowboy style dude, and he got these things on. He tried to pull them on. He couldn't get them up much past his knees. He's like, even for him, they were too tight for his cowboy boots. How are you going to get these pants on? And then they started making us, the best shirt that I ever got was somebody had ordered a large and an extra large when we first got a new distributor. And so I got the large one, and the large one wasn't large. It was like, it fit me tall, but it was almost like one of those shrink fit ones. Like I looked like a case sausage. It was just like unflattering and just like super skinny around the torso.
Yeah.
And then I like, oh, hey, let me try on the extra large one. So the extra large one was slightly looser around the torso, but it went down to about 3 inches above my knees.
No way.
It was like I looked like I was getting ready to go out nightclubbing in my little black dress.
Yeah, you look like...
If I had the legs to pull it off, I would have kept that shirt. But
just put a belt on. Hey, guys.
It's an outfit now.
Yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, that's the thing with the FedEx uniforms. They're phenomenal. Like they fit perfect. But it's just you got to get the right because the sizes are
once you
weird.
figure
Like I'm
it out,
like,
right?
oh, I'm an extra large. What are you? I'm an extra large t-shirt. Like I know an extra large will always fit me, not in their uniforms because they're a little bit baggier in the armpits. So it looks like you got wings and you're trying to float away. So you get the large come a size down, and I can wear large shirts, but depending on the make, right? I'm just safer when I go to like a concert and I'm going to buy a t-shirt, just gets extra large because they're going to fit. No matter who makes it, might fit a little big, might fit a little small, it'll fit.
Right.
But yeah, that was, I forgot that. I'm like, oh, I know these are screwed up and I can't remember how because I hadn't worked for FedEx Ground in like, 8 years. I'm like, I know they're backwards, but I can't remember which way. So,
but at least they fit generally good, which is nice.
They do fit good. Now that I've got the sizes I need, they fit fantastic.
When I worked for the phone company that rhymes with TELUS, those cheap bastards, PG, of course, with everything they do, it's about money, and so they were going for like the bottom line. So surprise, surprise, they went with the lowest bidder when we got the shrink wrap clothing. But then it was just like we just have to reorder it again and again. So in the end, I think it ended up costing them more.
Yeah.
Or they had to switch to a decent one who actually had like tape measure that they understood. That wasn't in like just like scribbles and hieroglyphs. It was actually numbers because. But yeah. Anyways, all that to say.
Because I know like
TELUS.
That's the great thing with FedEx also is like at the hub itself, they have a closet full of hand-me-downs.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went in the closet and they didn't have any t-shirts. So that was the issue there. But
okay.
I grabbed a couple pairs of pants. I grabbed a sweater, I grabbed a couple of pairs of pants or whatever. But the you want to hear from the Balser family?
Wardrobe.
Yes, for free. Let's hear from the Balser family for the grand marshal duties of this evening.
Welcome to Talladega Nights Super Speedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
Oh yeah, we're just setting up the cameras here for the pit exit. As we can do that here at Tarnation TV because we are highly advanced. We'll lock that camera in there. And pit lane 2, I never was a fan of that. I always want to see it from this angle, so we'll spin that around. And we will see the race onto pit road in a manner that was never possible 21 years ago when this simulator was first released. Focusing on me and Gilardi there. Again, thanks to Frank for that cool looking pace car truck. Custom
it is cool.
Branded
Racing
with
stripe.
Yep. Extreme Motorsports on the hood. Talladega Nights on the back. We could take a look at that right there.
Oh, look at that.
Super, super cool. Should we watch the race or just the truck?
Change.
We should probably watch the race.
This was part of the change was that they're not doing a full lap at the beginning, right? Is that what it was? They're just one.
Right. No parade lap. They start on the back straightaway so we can get to it that much quicker. Ken Roberts leads the field, and the 088 on the outside, that'll be Greg.
Greg got a new paint job, eh? That looks pretty slick, like blue lightning or something.
Monster, yeah. Monster Energy, I think.
Frozen iceberg lightning.
Yes.
I don't even know. It looks crazy.
Frozen lightning iceberg. That's what we're going to go with.
That's what we'll. All right.
36 drivers online. I'm one of them. So 35 drivers started this race.
That's pretty good for the first race of a new series.
It's amazing. On a Sunday, there's more people available to run, I believe. But I mean, we were getting really good turnouts on Thursdays. Like we were getting up near 25, 30 guys on Thursdays as well. So big.
I think so, right?
Popular racing, yeah. There you go. Lap
nice
number 1
there. Right.
Led by Ken Roberts, being pushed by Grant Wesley. Behind him, Brian Lovell. And behind him, Denny Carroll. Greg is going to tuck in behind that.
Yeah, he likes that bottom line. His sneak down there. I'm like, he was getting left behind on the high side.
Greg Lovell Billy Ellisor. High side is Robert Breed, loving that Pepsi machine. How many times will we say car? We should have a ticker. Yes. Look at that Pepsi car go. Don't.
Look at him drive that thing.
Right. That's the best way to do it. I keep
My
bugging.
word. He's handling that machine.
Yeah.
Like, no, yellow is out already.
Yellow is up in the air, and we're going to rewind and see why. This load screen, sponsored in part by Extreme Motorsports. It's Frank Divins.
Remember, trucks, not cars.
Hold on a second. There was a car on fire down there. That is Tom Dixon. Unfortunately, did he blow a motor? That's the only damage that that could happen. So where did the yellow come out? So here we are in replay mode.
Yep.
We'll speed it up a little bit.
Green.
So Tom may have missed the grid. Or was he pitting? He may have missed the grid.
Oh, maybe did he have like an internet issue or something?
Possibly. We're right on board with him here because he's got smoke coming out the back of the truck. Might have popped a gear.
Oh.
That is
bad
definitely.
Shift, all of a sudden
I don't even know if there was a bad shift. That was right on 9,000. And it's.
No, I just asking, is the tack accurate inside there?
Yes.
Because it looked like it spiked up, but.
Yeah, he might have missed a shift. So the point, the yellow comes out right there, and he's not even on the track. I don't even get that. Just going to scan through the field here and see if there's any other trucks that are compromised. It doesn't look like it. That's weird. I wonder why it pulled the yellow.
Never even occurred to me when you said that the damage was off. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. No one's gonna not finish the race unless it's mechanical.
There is mechanical failures can still happen or driver error. I don't know if Tom missed a shift or if it might have just blown a camshaft. Hold on a second. Chris Elliott has
Were you able
retired.
to hear? Oh, he says, yeah, good luck, guys. Just in the chat there.
Chris Elliott. What happened to Chris? Okay, we're going to go into replay mode again. We're just watching the initial green here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just put it into fast forward a little bit here, too. See if something... Because, again, there's no reason to retire unless he had a similar problem. No, he just pitted and he's gone. So I don't know what happened to Chris. Unfortunately, Chris was forced to leave the race. Chris is an administrator, but he's not. I mean, that yellow didn't need to be looked at. There's an engine failure on the part of Tom. It still shows Tom as pitting, so maybe they're trying to fix that damage. I doubt it, though.
Motor swap,
like you said, done. Yeah, exactly. It's like you said, we saw that needle go above $9,000, and that's about where it should be stopping. So if it doesn't take, I've done it. I've shifted the wrong way, and you instantly shred gear within half second. So the only way to run this sim with an online league is you cannot use an automatic transmission. You can instantly tell if somebody's using an automatic transmission because it won't shift properly, and you'll stack the whole lineup. So everybody does use manual transmission. If it's paddle shifting or if it's sequential. Some guys use a clutch. I use automatic clutch. It's just faster. If you've ever seen Grant Wesley's setup, he definitely uses everything. Grant Wesley basically has a real car in a room that he sits in to drive. Very, very cool.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, if you're gonna do it up, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, or go small, whatever can get you into racing, right? Whether it's
that's the best.
A steering wheel taped to the desk or a $5,000 rig or more, or whatever they are. Like, it'd be cool to do it up, but yeah.
So, and that's the thing.
Everybody
the truck
can get
in front of the yellow truck, that is Grant Wesley, the 88. Directly in front of him is Jeff Elliott, the owner of most of the Talladega Nights series. He's one of the lead guys here, owns the joint pretty much. The contrast between both of their setups is absolutely amazing. Where you said Jeff literally sits in an office chair playing this simulator on a wheel that he found at a Salvation Army or a Goodwill kind of donation type of place for $12 with no clamps that he straps to his desk with duct tape or rope or a ratchet strap. And right behind him is Grant Wesley, who literally has like a legitimate, like, I think he's running like Fanatec direct drive force feedback and an actual racing seat in a rig with a frame. And so that's the contrast. No matter what you can afford to play this game.
That's so cool.
Yeah. You
and
got
it runs on everything from old rigs to new, right? Because it's got varying levels of, adjustability in terms of graphics and other mods and tweaks that you can put into it. That's pretty cool all around.
Yeah, and the fact that this...
We don't even need a wheel necessarily, because we look at Ulysses, who started driving without, with just keyboard. So even lower than that, if you got a keyboard, if you have a computer that is newer than the year 2003, you can play this game.
Exactly. If you bought a PC within the last 21 years, your PC will run this. Some of the things these guys are doing with Reshade, I think I've sent you some of the stuff from Reddit. It looks like TV footage. Those need to be pretty powerful rigs, but it's a great how the game evolves with technology. Because these are the graphics. This is what it's going to look like. But if you run Reshade on top of it, you can push it so much farther. It's insane.
Huh. That's
Guys
pretty
are
cool.
running it. It looks like real life almost. Like of course it doesn't, but it's something that I never thought I would see in this. My favorite sim of all time, and it's unbelievable. And then, of course, the sounds you're hearing right now, designed by Pilotical, another Reddit user, who took real-life NASCAR sounds to update the sound pack, so they don't sound like whiny video game toys. They sound like real engines, all the way up and down the board. Chris is in the YouTube chat, says, good luck, guys. Curious, Chris, what happened, man? We contacted our lucky 8-ball, and it said, ask Chris. Do you want to go green?
I think so.
I said we go green. Gee, that 510 to Stephen Branson, that's a pretty nice looking truck. Wonder who painted that.
Ooh. I know the guy.
It was me.
I think. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Spoiler alert. See how I made it underneath it green? I don't know if you can see that.
Yep, below the grill there?
No, like on the inside of the fenders. See up on the right of the screen there?
Oh,
inside his fenders are green. Nobody else is that color.
A little attention to detail, that's what sets you apart. Oh, well, there we go. And we're back to yellow.
Yes. So if we need to take a break, go and take a break. This break is sponsored by Extreme Motorsports, facebook.com/groups/Extreme Motorsports. Links in the description. First race jitters is what they call this.
Everybody's getting used to the way it is.
The way it is and the way it be. Good thing is, damage report. Brad, do you have the damage report handy?
Yes, dude, hang on here. It is.
How many cars were damaged?
Looks like we got 0.
Oh, nice.
I was going to try and do the paper rustling noise. I realized I've got that super duper software that's running on my computer that won't come through. So
you think what I'm thinking here? I think when I was rewinding this, I think I might have seen Threading the Needle 101 by Mike Mangiolati. Let's just double check this.
Always happy to watch.
Threading the Needle 101. Oh, man. I love it.
Just a touch of luck.
I love it. He lifted a little bit.
Yeah.
He lifted just enough to get through that. And like, again, there is no damage. You could have just arced that thing right through there. But the fact that he just...
right? Nothing to see here.
I love this camera angle right here. So I'm going to hold the camera right there, and we're going to watch that again. Yeah, and you just watch that yellow roof coming right through the smoke and out the other side, and doesn't even move the truck. Just drives straight through it. No big deal.
It's like a old Mr. Magoo cartoon. He's like, he gets on the track while he's driving, and he somehow miraculously avoids all collisions. And it's just out of the smoke.
I love it.
Good. I haven't seen him in a while. Obviously, he's been busy with other races. Not so much in the Thursday night series, so it's good to see Mike racing again. A handful of names I haven't seen in a while.
Who is that darted back out? Somebody opted not to pit right there. Blue Hot Wheels truck. That's the 09 of Frank Divens. Now, you are allowed to do that as long as you do it before that cone. So, it's a commitment cone.
56, Elliott in the booth.
56. Go ahead, 56.
56 blue second gear. It's what bottled up everything. 56 does take the incident.
Roger that. Thank you, 56.
Simple.
Okay, update from the 56 is he said he blew second gear or missed second gear. By blue second gear, I think, we have to, you can see he's going slow right there. So he went to second. You might be able to hear it in the cockpit.
He was sitting there for a bit after all the dust settled. I wasn't sure.
Because they'll restart in first. So he's in first gear right now. Let's watch that tack. It'll pop second, and then he's got to go to third, but by then he's getting run over. Yeah. So you could see his acceleration into that wasn't second gear, that would have been third gear.
Yeah, he just missed that gear and then gets hit from behind because obviously it's too late to shout that out at that point. Like, oh no, I've got no gear. Slow down.
Really like the dashes in this mod.
Mm-hmm.
The interiors look awesome. And that mirror up in the top left is cool.
Right.
That's another thing that was never a thing. I don't even know how they do that. The mod makers will add different mirrors.
What are those battery boxes inside? Like they look like 9-volt, like the big 9 volts, not the like a 9-volt for a walkie-talkie.
On the right?
To the right of it. Or some kind of little small.
Somebody who knows something about NASCAR mechanics might be able to fill us in on that one. I don't know what all that power packs on the dash do. I don't know if it's powering the dash or if it's the entire electronics of the car. I'm not sure what that is.
I think that's the mod for the coffee warmer to keep your mug at about like a nice balmy 80 degrees.
Mm-hmm. You probably aren't wrong.
You don't want to have cold coffee driving around the track.
No. So this is a... What kind of truck is that? See if the dashes are different in different makes. You have the different colors. See? Green, blue, white, blue, green. That's cool. The gauges change color depending on the brand of the truck.
That is cool.
Yeah, I always thought the 2015 truck mod was like probably one of the coolest looking mods because they really did think of extremely custom dashboards. Another really cool one is the Grand National mod from the 70s because the the dashboards look like your dad's old Buick. They're awesome. It's like one big gauge.
Toggle switches and
they're
big,
super cool. That's the
big
one thing.
light up buttons.
That's the one thing. Yeah, the one thing about the next gen mod is they did like a custom cockpit, but it doesn't really look like the cockpit looks in real life. It's a little bit different. So I don't know why they didn't really do it. It just looked kind of. I think what they wanted to do was probably going to prolong the release of the mod. It still looks good. Like you can still see your gauges and everything. But it doesn't look like the way they look in the actual cars themselves because the new cars have like a digital display. But all these other ones look great. Like the old, like the dirt mod, like those weird modifieds. And they all have these such crazy dashboards. The 1970 Grand National mod is really, really neat. And the 50s Grand National mod is really, really neat. Because you're going back in time, right? And you're getting all these old dashes, big gauges, Stuart Warner gauges.
Yeah, you get that little spring-loaded cigarette lighter.
Yeah. And very basic. I mean, this is stock car racing at the end of the day, so it isn't really ever going to be that fancy, which is what's kind of always been so cool about NASCAR, stock car racing in general. Mm-hmm. The F1 stuff is so insane with the technology, right? Like, it's like they don't even have to pit for fuel because they're hybrids, right? So they don't have to get gas. So they have, pit stops at 1.8 seconds. I'm like, well, yeah, because they don't need to fuel the car, you know?
No, it's wild that they get the tires on and off quick.
Mm-hmm. But here you're still sitting in a car. It's a big metal box. You're sitting on top of a V8 engine. And you're still pushing a clutch in to shift it with an actual stick. Like that type of stuff I don't believe will ever change because it'll start getting away from that core of being stock car racing.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Elliott in the YouTube chat said, good luck, guys. And we asked him, what the hell happened, Chris? Why did you retire? Chris responds, hey, Blaine, got the crud. Not feeling well, bud. Thanks for asking. We'll be back next week. So, yeah, we'll see the number 9 truck back on track next week. Feel better. And all the Elliots just got back from their trip out west to see their father. So that's cool. That's right. They all made that trip and got to do that and got back safe. So it's always good to see those guys. Donnie doesn't race anymore. And there's a third brother that never raced. I don't know what that kid's problem is.
Right, the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, 4 he is, and 3 you play NASCAR 2003. Who's that other guy? Yeah,
we don't speak about him.
No. Yeah, he was always a big fan of them there Pac-Man games. He never liked the racing. Weirdo.
Exactly. Well, someone's going for the high top line already there, seeing what they can grab some people from the back there, but. Few takers, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to make a run.
Yeah, green flag at the beginning of lap 12. Most of these guys pitted a few laps ago. So that should put our fuel window into the 20 to 25 range if we can get there on green. Ken Roberts there on the high side.
Everybody just getting figured out. Plus, I don't know, maybe was everyone driving trucks before? I know some of the guys were in the I'm on Fire, or obviously many people do both or more than just 2 or 3 series, but is it a significant difference driving the truck from the car, like in terms of the physics and the feel for it?
The physics are the same, but the model is different. So the drafting is a little different because the nose is a little bit different. Like the hit, I guess you would call it the hitbox. Where the boundaries of the car are always going to be different from mod to mod. The physics package is different. Or no, the physics package isn't different because we always run CTS, which means Craftsman Truck Series.
Yeah.
So we race the cars with the truck physics because they drive like the trucks. There's no restrictor plate. they're
Gotcha,
not
okay,
really
so
as fast. The
no
cups,
real
the
learning
cup
curve, so to
physics
speak
are
of.
way faster. But if there's restrictor plates on it, they're not. They max out at 7,000 RPM. So it's more fun to drive the truck physics on
That top
Talladega.
line is making a run here. Or at least the push, anyways. They caught up real quick.
Mike Mangialardi is leading this race. Or who was leading it last time by, actually? I can't even find that truck.
Right, well, we have some different things to
Slocum actually got the point for leading that last lap. So Josh Slocum has led a couple laps here. Mike Mangialardi has 3 laps led. Frank Divins is there being scored in 4th place. That Highline dropped back.
The thing that's new this series too, right, is that there's going to be prizes awarded for who's leading the race at the halfway mark. So what's that, lap 24?
I believe whoever leads lap number 24 will get $5. And
that's 5 of your dollars, right?
It's
like
me,
right from your
yeah.
pocket?
Yeah. Canadian
It's not
dollars.
sock money though, right?
No.
Oh, yeah, Canadian, which is like about 25 cents US right now.
I think it's like, $2.10 US.
Something like that.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
But still.
It's Canadian money, though. It's like a collector's item.
Yeah. Beats a...
Like, what is this blue 5 with this Louis Riel on there? Is it Louis Riel? Who's on the 5?
Some guy. I don't know.
I don't think it's Riel. I think I'm wrong.
Well, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me get back to you. You
I
keep
should
watching
know
it,
this.
and I'll find out.
Want me to keep watching the race? Okay. Brad's going to find out who the guy's face is on the Canadian 5. It's not Riel. It's probably Jean Cartier right this way.
Oh, close. Who was the first Francophone prime minister from 1896 to 1911? You know that one.
What, Johnny McDonald? He's on the 10.
Wilfrid Laurier.
Oh,
Sir
it is.
Wilfrid.
Oh, what did I say?
Louis
I said
Riel.
Louis Riel. I'm so wrong. Louis Riel's not even close. He's not on any money. Yeah, I should have known Wilfrid Laurier. Me and him go way back. Sorry,
Right.
Wilfrid. I call him Willie, but
Oh, he moved to the bottom line there in the middle of the back of the pack there. That was pretty daring, but
How
everyone's
Canadian
still
am I?
keeping it clean. Right? You know what? I wouldn't have known. And
okay, so let's do it. So who was on the 2 then? Because the Queen was on the 2 and the 20.
The Queen's on all of it until now that we had the King.
No, because Wilfrid Laurier is on the 5, McDonald's on the 10, Borden's on the 100, right? Who's on the 50? I'm pretty sure Borden's on the 100. Maybe Borden's on the 50.
Here we go. List of people on coins in Canada.
This is awesome. Big sure to join in every week at Tarnation TV talks about currency. Next week we'll be talking about the Japanese yuan or yen.
Yeah, exactly. Who's on Canadian money?
Denny Carroll to
Nickel.
the lead.
On the nickel is Queen Elizabeth II.
Denny Carroll leads his 2nd lap, followed by Graham
He's also
McDonald.
on the dime.
The dime
And
is
the
the blue
quarter.
nose. I knew that.
And the loonie.
The loony's a loon.
Oh.
That's why they call it a loony.
Right. And she's also on the toonie.
The polar bear.
Right. Yeah, $5 bill. Wilfrid Laurier and the Canada Arm too.
Right.
Because we contributed to space. Well, we didn't, but Canada did. So we take it.
Right.
The new one is
NASA
on the
employed
$10
us to
bill.
make that arm. That's why they call it the Canada arm.
$10 bill, they changed recently to a vertical bill. So it's like a portrait. That's Viola Desmond and the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. That's the newer change. I don't know who was on it before.
It was McDonald. It was John A. McDonald. Oh, wow. They
Yeah.
took him off? First
Yeah.
prime minister of the country, and they took him off.
Yeah. I think they're trying to be more progressive and say because he did some bad stuff. There's some unpleasant history there surrounding it. Well, as much as he was who he was, that's a whole nother episode.
Mhm.
The 20
Tune
is
in
the
next
Queen.
week.
The 50 is William Lyon Mackenzie.
Mackenzie,
King.
yeah. Okay, Borden was the
Mackenzie
100.
King. Yeah, Robert Borden.
Thank
And
goodness
a
I got one
DNA
of them right.
a DNA double helix, and a vial of insulin. These are the things that we have on our builds.
Oh, cool. Well, we did create a lot of cool stuff, man. Canada created insulin and hockey and basketball.
Basketball was the surprising one. I never would have thought that.
I think baseball, too.
Pretty much anything. I think
pretty much everything Canada will claim that we made it.
Everyone claims that humanity started in Africa. It actually started in the northern Canada.
Probably started in Toronto.
It all started in the center of the world.
Right. Toronto, yeah.
Oh, we jest, but back to racing.
Guys are peeling. I was just going to say we're within our 20 to 25 pit window. So we had some guys peeling down.
Oh,
there goes Keith. So
over the fence.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I don't think he can go over the fence, but look, he was heading that way.
Pretty close.
He was going to get those people who paid for the good seats.
Right.
That's why he'll catch me in the nosebleeds every time. Not because I'm cheap. Well, that, but it's also for safety.
So we saw Keith Bynum get sideways there. We're going to back this up a little bit and load him up. This loading screen spotted apart by Frank Divins and Stream Motorsports on Facebook. Oh my God. Okay. Nate Balser was the one. Nate, no, nothing happened to that green truck. We have replay evidence to prove that nothing happens to the green truck. Green truck's fine. He just left for a second. He'll be all right. Jeez, Nate Balser in the 79 going for what we call a ride. Oh my God. You want to get dizzy?
Yeah.
Do you want to get dizzy? I think we should get dizzy.
What he saw in VR.
Let's let's get really dizzy here. We're gonna put the action cam
outside.
Yeah. Now hold on to your soup because you might lose your shirt. Flatout Safe Haven, sponsored by Nate Balser.
And
if you don't like animals, get out of my kitchen. And there we go.
Go to camera 3. we lost the signal there.
I love that one.
But then he lands on his wheels.
I love this shot here. Just to rub it in, the yellow flag on the flag stand. Oh yeah, by the way, we're under caution. Just in case you didn't know.
A heck of a save though. He came out of that, like all things considered. I mean, I know there's no damage on, but still, like land on the wheels and then just kind of skids around.
Holy crap! If there was damage, yeah. If there was damage, oof. All the links we talk about on the show, of course, are in the description below. We would also like to thank
see what happened there.
Jonathan Barry for building all the music that you're going to hear tonight. The intro music, the You Won the Race music, and the outro music, all kinds of music. Our buddy Jono does music stuff.
Woven Warrior?
He is Woven Warrior 28 on Instagram.
Is that on Instagram? Yeah.
Yep. On the Grimgram.
Is that one he chose, or is that just like a built handle?
No, that's one he chose because I think Woven Warrior is a band.
Oh, okay.
It's like a super group of all his favorite dudes, like Killswitch Engage and Lorna Shore. I can't remember who's all in that band, but there's a bunch of bands that kind of, members from bands will kind of come together and do this, like what they call a super group.
Yeah.
So that's sort of what Woven Warrior is.
Well, it sure is nice of him to give us a bunch of music for free so we can profit madly off of it.
Yep. Joke's on you.
$1 million.
Right. We're going to lock this on pit lane again. We got to have some people coming down because these guys were lining up to do it, and then the yellow came out, which would have closed the pits. So if anybody is going to run out of gas, assuming those will be the trucks that did not pit.
And then because of the new rules with causing accidents, and if you're being found at fault, then they're dispersing. I mean, everyone gets one freebie out of the gate? Is that the idea? Or do you
Yeah,
have to
were
earn
they
it?
doing it for race one? I can't remember if
I
it
don't
said
know. I'm
that.
just curious to find out if everybody was still here because now we've had a few yellows, and I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if we were losing. If they were
Race-
giving them the boot.
Yeah, race one only. Everyone will be given one get out of your incident relief pass.
Gotcha.
So if everybody gets a shot tonight, and they all get one. Everybody starts with one.
Right.
If
but
you
I was
run a
gonna say,
clean
so
race,
if
you
you're-
get your second one.
Okay.
And then that's the thing too. If we were paying attention to Greg, he is the administrator this evening that would have to call this stuff if nobody claimed it. He doesn't have to do it every time. It would be if someone did not claim. So you're asking who caused that wreck, and if you don't get an
I
answer,
was gonna say,
Greg
because
pulls over and makes that call.
Because we went back to look at that and watch what happened when he was going sideways, but then we got totally preoccupied by the SpaceX launch that took place on the track. So yeah, the whole thing was I was hoping to. I know they're going to make sure we're pointing out blame. I just want to make sure we're pointing blame. We're going to point fingers. We'll get them at the same time. Like I told you so.
Right.
Blame game is number one here on Tarnation TV. We will find out, and we will.
It's our
snicker
goal.
and point fingers out in your general direction.
Snickering and pointing fingers is probably what we do best.
I find it very constructive, and it allows you to let people know when they've done wrong.
I tend to agree with Bobby Carroll in the YouTube chat where she says now that deserves at least a ribbon for best wreck of the race.
Oh, for sure.
I think.
No, don't. I wasn't even.
I'd say it's best wreck of the season so far. I feel this is race one.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I've seen a vehicle go as high as that since in the 2 and a bit seasons that we've been doing this, or that I've been doing this with you. That may be the most spectacular.
It would have been it would have been even better if realistic damage was on, because then you would have seen you almost would have seen flames.
Oh, I would imagine, yeah. And then when it came down, that would have been just pancaked.
You want to see if we can get
I've
through
yet
the
to actually
field?
watch a race with realistic damage on. I'll be curious to see.
Yeah, it's fun. They get wrinkled up pretty good. Do you want to see if we can get through the field before we go green here? We got 41 of Danny Carroll currently leading the race. Graham McDonald. Josh Slocum. Mark Paglia. Grant Wesley. Ken Roberts. Greg Lovell. Robert Breedlove. Ulysses Sandoval. The texture looks a little bit different. Something's wrong there.
Oh.
Might have it in the wrong mod. Garland Oaks. Whoops. Dan Lovell. Bobby Farrell. Randy Waugh. Last week's I'm on Fire winner, Eric Lovell. Of course, he was driving a car when he did that. Jeffrey Elliott. Doug Hulick. Jeffrey Elliott. Stephen Branstetter. Jeffrey Elliott. Stephen Branstetter. Come on, guys. Gary Mingus. John Godfrey. Perry Bone. Javier Negron. Bailey Alisar. Brian Lovell. Nate Balser in 24th after that spiral into oblivion. Pat McCarskey. Bob Dixon. Mike Mangialardi. Frank Divens. Keith Bynum. Craig Hagley, and Kelly Causey.
Well done, just before.
Danny Carroll will lead the pack to the green flag, start of lap number 24. Sorry, that was the end of lap 24. You know what that means.
He's $5 richer?
He's $5 richer. What can you buy for $5?
That's a great question.
I love how I completely stumped you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking because for $5, it'd probably be something like food related. I don't think you can get much more than that. You could probably get you could get 5 Arizona iced teas if there's no tax where you live.
Right. If you're lucky enough to have an Indian reserve near you. Yeah. Which we do. No tax. Awesome. Glorious. Big fan of the reserve.
Also in the States, though, too, down in the States, about U.S., there are some states, I know Oregon, and that's the only one I know personally because I've been there, but they don't have no sales tax.
Oh, cool.
0.
That's
so when
cool.
we're down there.
Well, see, we don't tax you on food if it's not processed. Like if you buy cabbage, they're not charging you tax on it. If you're buying a Dr. Pepper, they're going to tax you on it.
But yeah, no, there's some states, there's more than just Oregon, but off the top of my head, I know Oregon, that they charge 0 sales tax whatsoever. You pay a higher property tax, you pay different income tax, but there's no sales tax.
Oh, okay.
Can you imagine going to the store, something's $100, you give them $100?
That'd be amazing.
Or $99, you get $1 back.
Yeah.
No tax. No tax.
That'd be fantastic.
Amazing. Sounds like a dream world. But then,
yeah, where are we living?
Its own set of issues. But again, that's for another episode. We could get deep into the talking about taxes and business and all sorts of that stuff. But I don't know enough about it, so.
Focusing mid-pack here as to watching this 3 wide scramble. We do have
I know, it's looking a little dicey for a minute there. They're trying to figure out jockeying for a spot. The bottom line is the place to be.
I'm missing Mark Paglia's truck as well. That's a generic, a really good-looking generic by Frank Dibble. I just noticed it now. That's not Mark's truck. He usually drives a Motorcraft, I think, or Mastercraft truck, something like that.
Maybe there needs to be like a limit of like the day before or noon day of.
I have 70 trucks downloaded for this league, and like 7 of them aren't syncing up. So there might have been some last-minute changes.
Right.
But thanks to Frank for some awesome-looking generics, because I didn't even notice that Mark wasn't even in his own rig.
Not like before when they stood out like a sore thumb.
Perfect timing to catch. Is that who's on the high side there? Is that Bob? 4 wide right there, but on the back straightaway is the best spot to do it. Yeah, it was Bob Dixon.
Given no quarter here, everybody's super tight. Like for as much as the yellow's been, the racing wall is clean, has been fantastic. Like the whole pack has been. I thought they would have been broken up by now for sure.
I think without the, if we had a couple of green flag pit stops, it definitely would have broken it up. But that the
like
yellows just keep people together.
Yeah, a non-yellow accident, right? If somebody goes off the bottom of the track.
Right. Brian Lovell in that STP truck down there. That would be similar to what Bob Dixon would be driving, so I don't know why I don't have his rig either, but we've got most of them. And thanks to Frank for making the generics look so good, because they don't stick out like sore thumbs. It just looks like everybody's on the Hot Wheels team. And all the Ford guys are on a Hot Wheel team.
That's exactly it.
There's Garland Oaks in that 67 on the outside there. He's holding his own in the middle, outside line. Kelly Causey. Garland could choose to hop up there if he wants. It's
the
not
top
going to
line
happen.
Can't decide if it wants to be or not, though, because it almost looked like they were trying to merge into the middle line.
Yeah. They do run a lower line on that top. Oh, Garland did decide to hop out there in front of Kelly Causey in that black 0-0.
Right.
But Kelly puts the pinch on him and pushes him back into the middle.
Unreal. Look at that.
Yeah. Now, if they can get it figured out here, that top line could start moving. There is 5 trucks up there. I've said trucks. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah,
so you can tell Kelly likes to drive that white line, where some guys roll the high line with the left tire on the white line.
Oh, okay.
Where the best way to do it is the way he's doing it.
Holy smokes. I thought Purple was going to get clipped there. I didn't know who that was.
So he'll ride that white line with his right side tires, but those guys in the middle got to hold below the other one, right? So you're kind of occupying two cars to one lane there.
Yeah, I think the middle is gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to give, because it looks like that top line is gaining some steam, and now.
Oh, love a little
Holy
bit
smokes.
squirrely there, but McDonald give him some room. That'll let Kelly pull ahead a little bit. They're holding their own though. There's 6 trucks on that top side. They're not really able to pull away though.
They almost need to. They need to form an alliance to catch the front of the bottom line, because that bottom line, it's like, it's not. It's slow. Not saying pulling away, but they're not getting closer to the front.
We here at Tarnation TV are in love with the most boring camera angle in the game, the helicopter cam, because this really does show you a great view of how close these guys are driving and how teamwork really works. You know, if 2 trucks are obviously not going to be as fast as 6. And Kelly has abandoned his buddies up there. When that'll just start.
Yeah,
that was a checkup on that low line. Yeah, Kelly's giving them some room.
Pulling away though. Like all of a sudden they're just dropping back. You can't even see the first car.
No. And Kelly moved down there, but then stuff got a little squirrely up front, so he backed off just in case stuff went crazy. At least there was some room to breathe. So lap 20 seemed to be the deal. So are we flirting?
Jump in TeamSpeak and yell at the middle and the top line to work together, because they're never gonna. You guys gotta trust us.
He may also be falling back because these guys might be looking for another pit stop, because we are on lap 34 right now.
Oh, okay.
Right, so 20 to 25, so 20, 30, probably 35 to 40.
Well, yeah, so if they were to do it now, they would 35. That would get them. They're just to the end. They're pretty close, anyways.
There's Bobby Farrell in the 7-7. Bobby usually runs just one number 7. He's actually got 2 7s on the side of that truck. Game time decision for that brand new design, the Bama Buggies. That is the truck that is based off of, I can't remember the guy's name. In the, I believe, was it the ALS race? We had the actual driver of the Bama Buggies truck. He actually did a video for us.
That's right. He did the intro, right?
I can't remember his name. He probably had a real NASCAR name, though, right?
Yeah, no, it was like super NASCAR.
Yeah,
like it was
like Cletus Hamilton. It was something like that.
Yeah, like it was like Bag Race Faster. I don't know, like something.
Zoom McGovern.
Right? Yeah, like.
A couple of late committers to the pits there. Who just locked it up? Something happened back there. We're gonna see what happened. Everybody came in pretty clean, but there was a couple of guys that got a little sideways there. Who is that one? We're in replay mode here. There's somebody way back here that couldn't make it down. I think it was... Oh, it was Ken. Ken was trying, but couldn't get down there. So we'll go back live on Ken because he'll... Oh, Ken retired.
Oh, no. He figured that was it.
I guess. There's the race off. We should probably get over here and watch the race in again. There's the rest of the guys committing. This is all green flags still. The incidences that happened on pit road, they will be looked at after the race, as they did not bring out a yellow, but they still are deemed an incident. It is currently showing John Godfrey in the 7-11 as the current race leader. Thanks again, big thanks to John for rebranding this track to look like Talladega Nights everywhere and red walls and all that cool stuff. That's all made possible by John Godfrey. So there he is in the 7-11. Race off pit road. right on that 55 mark. Don't touch that line. We saw what happened to Mercurio that one time months ago. He touched that yellow line and got over it by about a half inch, and it gave him a black flag for merging too soon. Mark Paglia being credited with the lead. That probably will change because I believe that pack that just went by will occupy the lead now. But yeah, we looked at that under a microscope. We couldn't figure out why he got an exit penalty, but his tire was on the yellow line, which is fine, but the edge of the tire actually came over the yellow line, which is why they gave the penalty. So they don't mess around here, Talladega Nights.
No, that's always so tricky because that's millimeters, right? You're inches, I suppose, for our
American viewers.
American friends, yeah. I was watching. I was hearing to get a little accident at the front of the pack there already. There's a little bump, but.
So Paglia's in sixth.
So now
Grant Wesley is credited with the lead last lap.
A little bit of a stagger happening.
But look at that pack behind is coming because they're in a straight line. These guys are not in a straight line.
These guys are racing.
Yeah, that's not what you want to be doing if you want to keep that main pack from catching you.
Right. But if you're in the yellow truck there, you can listen. If you're an 88 Grant Wesley, you're going to give that number 2? I don't think so. Just vice versa, I wouldn't give it up in the other spot either. But for the greater good, maybe you can just keep that lead going.
That pack is coming. Nose to tail down the back straight. These guys got it sorted out. Slocum in that too. That black Jegs truck fell way off.
Yeah.
I wonder if he lifted a bit to catch that pack.
Maybe just to
get the
front of the other pack.
Yeah, if he lifted a bit to let them kind of suck up a little bit, maybe.
He got that draft pretty quick.
Yeah. So
either way, he could have got in front and then just to catch it and then get back up there. But yeah, he could have easily popped over the front of that train coming by them right now. That is some fancy camera work, sir.
Trying my best.
Keeper steady. Look at that. Nobody make a mistake now.
Oh, we're trying to hold the camera steady. This is the craziest accident on the planet Earth, trying to keep the camera steady because it's actually stuck to the truck. I'm trying to keep it from not spinning around.
This is amazing.
This is.
We're along for the ride.
We are definitely along for the ride. And we're going to have to rewind.
The other YouTube channels are afraid to bring you.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, there's no other. I can definitely say that I've watched a lot of NASCAR broadcasts, from Flatout Racing Network to the JTN to Top Dragster. All these guys have got me into this. Nobody's ever done camera work like that before. So that,
holy smokes, let's see what happened there.
High speed crazy. Yeah, we gotta see. We gotta go into slow motion and see if we can get on the. Something happened on that top line. John was pushing Mark, and they just kind of got an accordion effect. I mean, Grant almost got out of it, but the 41
and then he gets to the bottom.
Denny Carroll shoots across the track and clobbered that whole line. And Grant almost held on to it. He's working the wheel right now, trying to hold on to this. Watch him straighten this thing out somehow on the grass, but then.
So if you go back a bit, you'll notice that he got knocked. Oh no! Oh,
yeah.
Again, no damage, but I'm like,
no
still,
damage.
Like, you can't catch a break at that point.
No.
It looks like he went through the inside of the pit lane there, the cone on the left side. Will that be a penalty, even though it wasn't his fault? Watch here.
Oh, you mean? You think maybe like a speeding penalty?
Look at. See, no, they're because they're going through.
He's doing 160 miles an hour, so technically he's speeding onto pit road. You're right.
I know it was to no fault of, they were just bystanders of that hit, but would that draw a penalty?
I don't think so.
No.
And if it did, they
would the
would
game
clear
know? Or was it already yellow at that point? I guess maybe that's the other question.
Oh, that's another. Yeah, that's another. It wouldn't matter because it's the pit lane. I don't know. I'm looking at the stats here. See if I can find the 88.
If you go through the pit and you're facing the wrong direction, like backwards, they don't count it. Maybe they know that.
I mean, in real life, they're not going to count that as a penalty. The stats aren't showing him.
I was just curious how smart the computer was. If they're going to go, oh, you guys took a shortcut.
So retired cars. We have Tom Dixon with a clutch. We have Chris Elliott retired, Ken Roberts retired, and John Godfrey retired. All four of those guys were featured on Tarnation TV earlier in the race and fell to the curse.
That is just the way it goes. Part of racing around here is you just have to accept that your time will come to be.
Dan Lovell is not currently being featured on Tarnation TV.
No.
And neither is Mike Mangialardi.
Nor should they be.
Dan does the 388 on his car. Is kind of cool because it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Sr. numbers. Because Sr. was number 3, obviously, and then Jr. was number 8, but then a few years after, he went to 88. So he does the 388 on his doors like Senior, Junior combined. That guy almost hit our camera. Did you see that?
That was too close.
Oh, there goes Greg on the high line. He must have been completing his review of the incident. I am assuming, because we are under yellow flag conditions now with no one pitting, that these guys can make it to the end. This lead pack appears to be good on fuel. We do have a couple of cars a lap down, Bob Dixon and, unfortunately, Graham McDonald. 2 of those cars were on the lead lap. Graham was actually racing up front. He didn't lead any laps, but he was in second and third place. He was up in that top 5 for a little while. So unfortunately now he's down a lap down. The number 24 currently being shown in 29th position.
Well, you figure we have a little bit of a shootout, then it's just going to go green lap 45?
Possibly, yeah. I've lost track of the numbers.
Same here.
But it definitely will. When this goes green, it will be done next flag state. So there's not enough time to do another yellow round.
Well, then.
Oh, there we go. We got an answer to our question for who the guy was driving the Bama buggies. Thanks to Jason Scheck in the YouTube chat. You were right, nice. Brad. His name is Chase Purdy. I knew he had a NASCAR name. A name like Chase.
Well, yeah, I knew it was right. I know they could race something, but I know that was wrong. But I was like,
right, Chase Purdy.
That's
because his truck actually looked like this.
I'm Chase Purdy, and I, you know what? Don't tell me. I know exactly what you do.
Yeah, I drive cars. Yeah, exactly.
Fast.
That's exactly what his truck looks like in real life. What Bobby Farrell's driving right there, the 77.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was really nice of him to do that too. Take some time out of his day to film that thing as well for the race last year.
It's funny because it's too bad his last name wasn't Speed, because there actually was a driver called, his name was Lake Speed. Like, so if his name was Chase Speed, you just can't. You have to be a race car driver,
right? Light Speed. That's not a good name, but
no. I like how in Days of Thunder was it Cole Trickle?
Mm-hmm.
But then there's an actual NASCAR driver. His name's Dick Trickle. I'm not even joking. That's what the actual driver's name, Dick Trickle. I'm like, okay.
I know nothing about racing, and I know that.
But I do know Dick Trickle. Yeah.
If I know anything about racing, probably would. Hey, tell me an interesting NASCAR fact. Well, listen. You're never going to believe this.
Yeah. There's a guy.
Yeah.
His last name is Trickle. His parents named him Richard.
I'm not joking here. Right. Now, I asked him, I said, you go by Richard or do you per Dick? And then he didn't like that one, so.
Not my fault.
No.
It's Mr. and Mrs. Trickle that made that up.
That's
what if they have a daughter, then they called her Anita? Anita Trickle.
Ooh. Anita. I do.
We're here all night, people. Join us next Sunday. We'll do it again.
Please try the fish.
Right. Tip your waitress.
Mighty fine paint job.
Yep. Some random pacing trucks. Lights are out, so we will be going to the end of this race. Next flag that comes out will end it. So if yellow, we will be in a race back situation under 10. So that is what we're doing. So we will definitely be locked onto this front pack, being led to the green flag at the beginning of lap 45 by Greg Lovell in that Monster Energy Super Blue Frozen crazy truck.
That is quite the paint scheme on there.
It definitely looks like something Monster Energy would design. Lots of blue and lightning bolts and craziness.
Here we go.
Green flag is in the air. I'm not good at math. I just say some laps to go.
Oh, well, day 2.5, I guess, depending on because it's 35, right? So we still got to get there 6 and 7. So we're getting close to the end of the race.
Remember we were saying before, this is the Extreme Motorsports 125, but we did the math. It's actually not 125 miles. It's 125.02 miles.
Right. So for the pedantic people in the audience, then you can write in and complain.
Yep.
Send us your letters and your hate mail.
I don't know why they would call it the 125 when there was clearly 263 feet longer than that, but you know.
Right. Well, holy smokes, that's that race back, right? So
yep, that'll be your winner.
Greg Lavelle to there, 1, 2, 3. How about it? Quite a few yellows this evening.
There's a couple. We've got a yellow flag count of 5 yellow flag. That'll update itself. 6 yellow flags, 18 laps under yellow currently, but that'll be a few more, so probably 20 or 21. We got to get back up to Greg here. We will not deem him the winner until the race is over, of course. He is the administrator that reviews replays, but I doubt that he'll be ducking out now. I'm thinking there's probably, like I said, there's got to be a blackout zone where the last 6 laps with whoever's the on-track admin for replays isn't going to, park it and look at that. That'll need to be a post-race.
No, exactly at that point.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it's come down to reviewing the race or catching that tenner, you know where I am.
Ooh.
I'm at the front of the pack.
Yeah. You got to pull over, Greg, and check it out. You're like, nope. I'm putting my name in that export file as the winner. Winner.
Exactly. We can deal with the fallout after my win.
Well, there is one thing. With the only car with a green bottom is, like we were saying before, is the 510. Let's see if I can get a shot of that, actually. I wonder if I can get underneath the truck. Nope. See, in replay mode, you can.
Kill the camera there.
See? He's got green. Oh. So you can color the inside of the hood green. For some of these other guys, wait, I can get in there and change the car. See? They're all gray. Oh, there's a yellow one. Who's that? That's Craig Hagley. So some guys have changed the undercolor. This is a highly sophisticated broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we fixate on.
We've done study after study, and this is what they conclusively tell us that you want more of this.
Did Bobby Farrow blow
angles.
up? I thought I saw smoke.
Oh, no.
I thought I saw smoke coming out of the 7.
Maybe,
am I seeing things?
Maybe somebody was lighting it up.
Yeah, but it's black
Are
smoke.
Are you smoking?
Though. Black smoke is engine smoke.
That's black smoke means they chose a new pope.
Right.
Oh, that's gray smoke. Shoot, all right, my bad.
A new pope has been chosen.
Black smoke means to the ready.
Black smoke means call the fire department. There's a gosh darn fire.
That's it, yeah. Look out.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching the race this week. Please be sure to tune in next week again on Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yes, I said that on purpose. Pacific Standard Time.
Pacific.
Specifically Pacific. Or Western, or whatever. So thanks, man, I know this totally ruined your entire dinner with your family, but,
You know what? I think it's just getting going, so I'm still going to be able to make it.
Cool.
But yeah, man, no, it's good.
It would have been over quicker if these drivers knew what they were doing.
If you kept the wheels straight-ish and leave a little more room.
Well, because technically, yeah, like when we've gone through I'm on fire races with no, I mean, the first race always seems to be a caution-filled one because, again, it's a different mod now, too. Like guys who weren't running the Fast and Furious series on the Fridays may not be familiar with how these things run 100%. So it is going to take a race or two for them to kind of weed those bugs out and get used to the new people, because we also have, guys like Grant Wesley and Kelly Cossey and the Dixon brothers. Like these guys are able to show up on Sunday. So there's some different driving styles in the mix too, right? So you need to get used to some new people. But anyway, Greg Lovell won the race. We should put the camera behind him and give him the flag. Thanks to John for writing the music.
Always. Big shout out. I got a busy guy. He's in like 1,000 bands, and then he still finds time to work and fit other stuff. And John plays Fortnite?
Yes.
Who you're playing with?
Yep, yeah, him and the wife.
And stuff like that for Fortnite. The man of many talents.
There's a gig coming up in April. Godthorn, he's the bass player, and we'll definitely be going to that.
Nice.
They're playing with a band coming out of Welland, Ontario called Cannabis. BUS. So they are definitely a stoner doom metal band. I think I checked them out on Spotify. Super slow, super heavy.
Nice. Then the instant. Okay, I'm curious to find out. So, if any change, well, I guess at this point the race is over. But with the new rules and the basically instant disqualifications for it, they're not going to be going back after the race unless it's in the last few laps, like tonight.
I don't think so.
To disqualify anybody.
That's a super cool logo on the side behind that wheel, by the way. That scully smoke ice thing. But yeah, I know what you're saying, because like Greg was in charge of looking at the replays, but I think there'd be like a 5 or 6 lap blackout where he's not going to pull over and do that. So they'll have to look at that post-race if anybody was charged with that incident. How much gas do you think he's got left? Do you think he's trying to burn it all up right now?
Hey now.
Hey now, Jeffrey. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys. Hey, the first one wasn't too bad. Little tweaks and stuff here, but I don't know what happened to a few drivers. My brother fell out, or Ken left. I don't know what happened with those guys.
With
anyway.
Chris, yeah, he wasn't feeling very good. He was in the YouTube chat saying he had to just kind of leave and take a break.
Yeah, he has real bad flu, so I'm surprised he even came out.
Anyways,
guys, we're only going to do top 3 on Sunday nights. No more top 4, which would be me. I would love to have an interview, but I'm going to have to pass on you guys. I know you want to interview me, but unfortunately, I didn't make the top 3. Anyways, can you grab your top 3 from this point forward?
I sure can. Yep. I'm just saving the exports and all that good stuff, and I'll get right on it.
Yeah, start with Craig Hagley, Danny Carroll, and do them more independently one at a time. And obviously, Greg Level, the winner.
Yeah, I'll do them all at once. Is that what you mean?
No, don't do it all at once. They talk too much that way.
Oh, I mean, I see what you're saying. Do them all by themselves. Yeah, I got you.
Exactly.
All right, let's
all right,
go.
Guys,
grab.
thank you for what you do, and I'll let you do the rest of the interviews. And I got to talk to some drivers.
Cool. We got Craig in the booth in the third place position, getting the podium finish in race number 1 of the I Love Excellence series. Go ahead, Craig. Floor is yours.
What's up, Blaine? How y'all doing tonight?
Oh, not bad, man. We love watching some trucks, so this is definitely cool. What was the fuel strategy like? I mean, I guess there was enough yellows to get you guys to the end. It wasn't tight on gas, was it?
Yeah, no, my fuel strategy all night was just hold her to the floor and see where she goes.
Nice. That's probably the best way to do it, as a matter of fact. When you're out there,
it's been a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, when you're out there in the trucks, do you guys have like different teams? You try to stick with the same guys? There's a bunch of new faces out here tonight. Like, how's that whole thing work with the new crop?
I got a whole bunch of people talking in my ear, but it's all the same from week to week. It's usually the same guys we're with all the time.
Oh, okay. So it's exactly who to hang with, no matter what you're driving.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, congratulations on a third place finish. And yeah, you didn't win the $5 mid-race. I think that went to Carol, but congratulations nonetheless. And are you able to make these races every week?
Yeah, I should be able to be here every week as far as I know.
Right on, man. Do you have any shout-outs you want to toss down before we move up the ladder here?
Just shout out to Jeff for putting on a new series, and it was a good night, and I'm glad to be here, and everybody else for coming out and making it a good race all night.
Awesome, man. We'll let you get back to what you got to do this evening. Have yourself a great night. Congratulations again. We'll see you back here soon, hopefully.
Thanks, man. Glad you're here to broadcast, bro.
Denny Carroll is the one we're looking for now. Number 41, Danny Carroll in the booth live on the television set. How was that race, man? It was fun to watch.
Well, that was exciting because I've been waiting for this series because now when you get wrecked, you don't tear your truck all to pieces.
Right. So is there different strategy with that? I mean, you guys obviously don't want to be out there wrecking, but it'll definitely cook your tires and whatever, but at least everybody has a chance to finish. Did you find that it was a little bit more aggressive, or is that just race number 1 jitters? Because we usually get most of the yellow flags out in race number 1, because that's the same with the Thursday series. Race 1 was kind of hectic, but the last 10 races were absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. I just raced it like all the other races, except for, I knew if I get caught up in the wreck, it wouldn't tear me all to pieces this time. But as far as going into the race, I just raced it like I normally do on Friday and Saturday.
Right. So is there strategy with different teammates? You stick with the same guys in the truck races on different days of the week? You usually run with the same crew, right?
Yeah. I was trying to help Brian out there. There was a car between us, but I was trying to help him.
Nice. Of course, you got your whole fan club on the YouTube there. Bobby's in there cheering you on the whole race, and yeah, it's good to see you in the top 3. Of course, I'm sure they're ecstatic from the other room.
Oh yeah, like earlier in the race when Jeff blew a gear or whatever happened, I got caught up in that. Normally that would have tore my truck up, but I stayed out and didn't pit. Got my track position back because there was no damage, so the wreck didn't hurt me, thank God.
Right. Yeah, that's the one thing everybody's saying is it's nice to have the chance to just, if there is big catastrophe early in the race, especially, it's a horrible thing to get wrecked out early. So a little bit different strategy.
Give credit to Jeff because I believe his idea on this is good. People that's causing wrecks is probably some will end up getting parked this season for wrecking people, which is part of racing, I guess. But, the people that gets caught up in it ain't tore out to pieces and put out.
Right. Yeah. If somebody's doing the reckless, at least they get penalized and everybody else can keep going.
Yeah, I really like Jeff's idea on this, and Jeff's a good one. He does a lot over here, and I really appreciate him. And I appreciate y'all for putting these on, fellas. And I'm gonna go celebrate with my woman.
Nice. Yeah, man.
Yes, bud.
Yeah, do that. Thanks for the kind words, man. Of course, yeah, as always, thank you for coming out here and racing, man, because it's always awesome watching you guys do this.
All right, thanks, bud. See you, Brad.
Hey, have a good one.
All right, let's go find the winner. The 088 or the 88, whatever number you're driving, Greg Lovell, the winner. Congratulations, man.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Oh, not bad,
Appreciate
not bad.
it.
How were the on-track live video review administrator duties this evening?
It was okay. I had to do one.
Right, I think we saw you do the one.
The one I was caught up in, I couldn't do because it wouldn't have been fair, because I was caught up because I was involved in it with Mark, or with Keith, but I don't mind doing that. I think that's the best way to do it, to be honest.
I think it's
Just
a cool
look at it
idea.
during the race, and we used to do that over at IRC back in the day.
Yeah, because
And
Brad and I were talking about how after the race, sometimes you guys are online another 2 or 3 hours after scrubbing through all that stuff, where now it's like, you know
Yep.
what? On the fly, you got 2-3 minutes to get it done. Just do it, make the call, and it's done.
well, we still go back and look at it just to make sure that I made the right call, because we're all human. I can
Yeah.
make the wrong call, I mean, it's happened in the past. I made the wrong call a few years ago, and it caused a big mess. But we're all human, Blaine. None of us are perfect.
Yeah, exactly. With the new setup for this Sunday series, you guys kept the fuel frequency or the pit frequency at 3x and then bumped up the laps to 47. So if we can get some long green runs in, tires are definitely going to become a factor here, I would think.
Well, especially your right sides, because they wear quite a bit, and if you don't change them, it will make you lose a little bit, just a little bit of speed in the corners if you don't change your right side tires. People don't think it will, but it will.
Yeah, even if
they wear so much.
Even here, even if it's costing you half a mile an hour, that's still massive.
Well, I mean, it just makes your car slide so much, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just slide up in the corners so much, man. It's the right side tires are very important. That's why when I pit the first time, if it's green, I take left sides first.
Right.
Then on that second stop, I'll take right sides, because by then I'll need them.
So now in a 47 lap race, you're doing maybe 3, maybe even 4 pit stops. How does that strategy change?
Until it stays green one night, I'm not really sure.
Right.
Because you can go, if you save a little bit, you can make 13 laps. So 13 times 3 is 39. So I don't know if you'd have to make 3 or 4. I don't know if you'd have to make 3 pit stops, then take a can and a half or a can. I don't know yet.
Yeah, and then when it comes to those right sides, you're going to want to save them to the last couple times at least. So you might be able to hopefully get some track position early, maybe change all of them the first couple times and then do the left, right.
Well, you got your first pit stop. If it was green, you would get 13 laps. So you would have 2 pit stops instead of 3, and then a half a pit stop to take a can and a half, or whatever you decide to take. We're gonna have to see one of these nights when it actually stays green.
Right. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but
yeah, me and Brian was going to have a fun race there, man. If that unfortunate wreck wouldn't have happened. I believe we was going to have a really fun one there.
Yeah, it was good. I think it's the first race, Jitters, where it's a new mod. There's a bunch of new faces in the mix because it's Sunday, it's a different day. So I think we ended up with a few more yellows than usual. That usually happens. But next week we're hoping we get back to business and get this thing going under these green flags. Because the other series, like it's amazing here at Talladega Nights how we can run this track as well as it is. You know, it's more fun to watch sometimes than real NASCAR.
Yeah, I know. Real NASCAR sucks, man. I don't watch it no more, hardly. I'll glance through if it's a track I really like Dover or Darlington or Martinsville or something.
Right.
I'll watch a little bit of it, but these road courses they do now, I don't. I don't care a bit for any of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. I remember when they just had 2. Now there's a whole bunch, and then they're carting dirt into Bristol, and you're like, man, there's a bunch of weird stuff going on. They're trying to get fans to come back.
I live right near Bristol too, and I would probably go to more races if they didn't change it to dirt.
Yeah,
because I've been to a few.
Is it only dirt? They only do one because they go to Bristol twice, right?
The first one's dirt, and the second one's the regular track.
Okay, so they don't. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm pretty sure there was 2 Bristol races, so at least it's 1 each.
The spring race is dirt, and the fall race is the regular pavement track, I believe.
Right. Well, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, do you have any shout-outs you want to toss down? We'll move on here and shut the broadcast down. It's a 2-hour show today with the extra laps.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout-out to Jeffrey. I know he's got a lot on his shoulders. I really hate to see him go, after this series is over, but I understand completely. I just really hate it that he's going away, but I'd like to give a shout out to him and Ken, and I'd like to give a shout out to BSR and all my buddies over there and over at Fast. But I think that's about it, buddy. I've got to give a shout out to my wife and Brian. Me and Brian would have had a good race there, man. I'm telling you, we'd have had a fun one if that wreck hadn't happened.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
That would have been a really, really good turnout.
Yeah. Are you able to race it fast? Because they roll Sundays.
Yeah, I probably missed it tonight, but it wasn't a point race, no way.
Yeah, I think tonight they were rolling the LA Coliseum. They're showcasing the new Area 23 track.
Yeah, I don't. That's a tiny track. I don't like it no way, so I don't really care about it.
Yeah, I think it was more of a showcase than an actual race because the track looks amazing. Like Area 23 does phenomenal track work here in this sim, and but yeah, it is definitely one of those tracks. It's just so small. Like it's only, I don't even know if it's a 0.2 mile track. It's crazy.
I would have probably made it tonight if we would have had one less caution, maybe 2 less.
Yeah, because I think they start at 9, so they're starting right now.
Yeah. Randall would probably wait on me. He's not bad for that.
Yeah,
if
he's
he
pretty
knew
good.
I was over here and there was 5 laps left and he knew that, he would actually wait on me because he's my friend. We've been friends for quite a while.
Right.
He waits on you.
Yeah, he's a good dude. That's when I first got back into this thing. I was racing over there, and that's where I came across all you guys.
Yeah, but thank you, Blaine, Brad, because he's still here.
He had to leave because he's West Coast time, so he's joining his family for dinner. So he just sent me a text.
Okay.
He had to bail out to get dinner there. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Blaine, for what you do, buddy. You did an excellent job.
Yeah, I'll pass it along to
Brad. I can't wait
Brad.
to go back and watch it.
Yeah, it's a good one. We had a lot of fun, man. Have a good night.
You'll let Bob do his factoids.
That's
have a
it.
good one. All right, buddy.
Thanks, Greg. Bob Dixon, I'm assuming you got the factoids ready to rock and roll?
I am ready.
Awesome. Floor is yours.
All right, the top 5 fastest laps of the night. In honorable mention was Brian Lavelle. In 5th place was Mark Paglio. Pags did a 47.541 second lap. That's 201.426 mile per hour. The top 8 positions were all on lap 39. In 4th place was Bobby Farrell. Bobby did a 47.532 second lap. That's 201.465 mile per hour. 3rd was John Godfrey. John did a 47.528 second lap. That's 201.482 mile per hour. 2nd was Craig Hagley. Craig did a 47.526 second lap. That's 201.490 mile per hour. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Kelly Causey. Kelly did a 47.524 second lap. That's 201.499 mile per hour. All on lap 39.
Wow. Another one.
And most laps.
Oh, sorry.
Most laps led was Denny Carroll at 16. Greg Lavelle, congrats on his win. 9 laps. Robert Breedlove 5. Mike Mangliardi 5. Brian Lavelle 3. Josh Slocum 2. Ken Roberts 2. Steve Brandstetter 1. Craig Hagley 1. Grant Wesley 1. Mark Paglio 1, and John Godfrey 1. And the highest climber of the night for that $5 prize is Dan Lavelle. Dan started what would be considered 36, and he finished 14th for a 22 spot change. And that's your factoids of the night, bud. Thanks for what you do for us.
No, thank you, Bob. This is a lot of fun, man. So yeah, well, thank you for letting us do what we do, because it's cool, a different angle to watch these things and call these things. It's always great racing here.
All right, you have a good night. Till next time.
Right on. Thanks, Bob. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. Good night.
Thank you to Bob Dixon for the factoids of the night. And yeah, our lap 24 leader was the 41 of Denny Carroll, so he gets the $5. And I mean, Greg Lovell won the race, so he gets the $10. So Greg Lovell really should have led lap number 24 and got 15 total. Maybe next time. As we always say here, Brad had to bail out because he is a little bit of an early start today. He's on the West Coast, which is 3 hours behind us here on the East Coast. So his dinner time basically happens right in the middle of this entire race. So he was gracious enough to still help me call this thing and bring it to you guys. We do have some extra hands on deck just in case Brad can't make it. We will be able to fill the seat. But until we see you next time, thanks again for watching. We got a lot of hits here tonight, about another 82 live views. So thank you for watching on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, do so. That's always cool. That way you'll be notified of upcoming races. And the next one, as far as we know, is next Sunday. Same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Right back here again at the I Love Excellence series. Those 4 stars can be whatever you want. We'll see you back here then. It should be some good old-fashioned truck racing. We'll see what happens as the points will be tallied up after tonight's race, so we'll have some more information to show you people. As again, thanks for, as I said before, thank you very much for watching tonight's broadcast of the Talladega Nights Racing League, NASCAR Racing 2003 season. Always a fun time. The CWS 2015 Truck Mod. We'll see you next time on Tarnation Television. Keep your stick on the ice.